it's been crazy this week, and I just want to touch on a few things. Uh, Obviously, Don Lemon thing I think is hilarious, and my local show today, a lot of people are like, I hope he goes to jail forever, blah blah. The usual crap. It's like he's not going to jail. He is a narcissist. He's a showboat. He's all of the things. Whatever. He didn't do anything ridiculous. He didn't do anything wrong. He followed a bunch of people in there who may indeed actually get themselves in trouble. I think 3 of them are were charged. But I just laughed at this. And the reason is simple. This helps Don Lemon more than it helps anybody else. Pam Bondi and them are going to look like idiots because I don't think that they're going to charge him. I mean, he's going to get indicted for what? Okay, so they unsealed. They went to they have 3 different judges they went to, 3 different ones to get and all 3 of them said, nah, we're not going to do it. Then they go to, of course, grand jury, and because that's where you go, and where you can indict what they say, a ham sandwich. So they go and do that, and now they arrest him, and they'll charge him, and they'll unseal it, and we'll look, and then it'll be and then it'll go in front of a court. His attorney will eventually go, hey, we want to have this thing dismissed. I have a feeling a judge is yeah, I mean, what did he do? Well, he broke up. He went into church. He followed a group of people in there. And look, I'm no fan of Don Lemon. I think he's a clown. But that was A, the whole thing is ridiculous. B, he's a journalist, and he was for a long time. But for the most part now, he's just an influencer like a lot of people. And but my frustration is Pam Bondi again goes out. DOJ does something. They're going to swing and miss here, as they have swung and missed on so many things. And I look and I think this is another theatrical thing. That's what this is. Just theatrics. It's all performative. It's all theatrical. It's not real. There's no basis for it. And now what you've done is you've taken Don Lemon and you've made him a bit of a martyr. Raised his, basically raised, people, for a lot of people out there, awareness. Oh, he's still around? Oh my God. Because we thought he was gone. No. He's still around now. And now what you've done is you're going to make him a martyr. You're going to give him, this is like the best thing that's happened to Don Lemon. I'm sure he's going to get a lot of subs. I'm sure he's going to get a lot of, I know what he's on Patreon or whatever. He's going to get a lot of people paying attention to him and listening to him when they weren't. You took somebody who was irrelevant for the most part and made him somewhat relevant again. And now what? And for what? Honestly. For a swing and a miss that you didn't need to take because you shouldn't even be paying attention at this point in time. Go and get the people that did disrupt the church for real. Go and get them, which you have done. And from there, move on to something else that matters. So on this one today, I got to be honest. Don Lemon has to have a smile on his face like you could not believe, because he went from being super irrelevant, almost non-existent in a lot of ways, to somewhat relevant again, and have made him a martyr to not just the people on the left, but to a lot of people out there who think, oh God, you guys keep doing stuff. A lot of people are frustrated. And I was surprised about how many people text into the shows today and said, yeah, this is just absolutely effing ridiculous. There was no need for this. There was other things that were important. But alas, here we are. And then I'm going to touch quickly tonight on the Epstein stuff. There is a lot out there, okay? And it is to go through, 3 million things. I'm surprised about a few things. First, how quiet the media is. That's a big deal. Because in this, first of all, he's mentioned on numerous occasions in these latest things, but one of them is shocking that nobody is out there talking about this. And again, these are stuff that has been compiled through the years. Not just, oh, we put it together 2 weeks ago kind of thing. This has been compiled for quite a long time. It's been out there. And I will talk around it without, I don't want to get in trouble, or I don't want to get people to go, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. But essentially what it said, and this is 35 years ago, and I don't even know when they took this statement. I have a feeling it was even further back than that, probably closer to 40 plus years, 50 plus years. I mean, 40, 45 years. But it happened apparently in New Jersey. There was a girl, approximately 13 to 14, who performed a act, then bit the then not president, but now president. She was hit in the face, allegedly. She laughed about biting him. And the friend said she was also abused by Epstein. And there's several other things in there as well throughout. And there's no doubt that this is, I'm sitting here going, nobody's saying a thing. What? I mean, yes, it's there, but it's not there. And by the way, if I'm Iran right now, I'd be going, we should probably pay attention. Should probably pay attention to what's going on out there, because you just never know. But the whole thought process of this is, look, for the Don Lemon stuff, which again I find it to be ridiculous. I think he's an absolute asshat and narcissist and all of the things. But that right there, for all of that, the 3 million pages, and that alleged, not just several weeks ago, or that's been out there for a while in these things, and it's almost like nothing. I find it weird, indeed. So I'm sure there's going to be more that comes out. Like I said, there's 3 million new pages, thousands of videos and pictures. Nothing that is, there's no nudity or any of that stuff. But there is no doubt that I think is going to become bigger stories. I've been saying for a while, this story, the ghost of Epstein, is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. And I have a feeling it's going to get worse, very, very bad for some. And the other question is, there's 2,700, they say, potential victims. And I'm like, so to this day, it's still, he only trafficked to himself. That's it. Very interesting. So an interesting day indeed. No doubt. So you got Don versus Don. You got the Epstein stuff, a bunch of other things. Inflation came out hot. We're going to hit all that stuff up on Monday. Melania's movie came out. My prediction was somewhere between 2 and 5 million is what it would make. And here's the thing about that really quick. The reality is why is nobody paying that much of attention to the fact that there was a ton of money spent on that movie? It's supposed to be like a documentary, and with everything said and done, I don't know how much it's going to end up making. I don't know how much of it's real, because that was also, you got stuff out there where people saying they're paying people to go see it. They say it may come in third, maybe 7 million. So that's fine, but it costs 75 million, which is insane to think that costs $75 million, of which I think she got 25 million, which I find, again, just fascinating about that. So another very interesting thing with that is, like, does nobody pay attention to the fact that she got paid a boatload from Amazon and whatnot? Like, that's just, it's all fascinating. And it's the grift is strong in politics anymore. None of them even pretend anymore. The grift is just there. So a weird, wacky day. We'll see what happens. Again, I don't think anything's going to come out of the Don Lemon thing outside of maybe a swing and a miss. And when it comes to the Epstein stuff, I'm sure we have not heard the last of it by far. And there's more out there apparently that isn't, released yet. They say it's about 50% of the files are still unreleased. So you can only imagine if you've got allegations of the not president, but before president, and that. Could you imagine what else is on there? And who else? Because some of the stuff is about the likes of Bill Gates apparently had sex with some Russian ladies, and apparently, allegedly, his wife potentially had some sort of, STD, and he was giving her antibiotics and in drinks, and you're just like, wow. And the other weird thing in some of the stuff that I read, again, there's so much out there, was Robin Leach is hanging out with him from Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. You're like, well, I guess so. I guess so. So an interesting thing, to say the least, and God only knows what's going to happen this weekend, because usually when you have to have stuff like this, you wake up tomorrow morning and find out that we bombed Tehran. I hope not. God willing, we don't. You guys have a blessed and amazing rest of your night, and we'll be back on Monday on the radio back here as well, if all works out well and we thaw out, because we're getting some snow and stuff here in Nashville, and you never know what may happen, because let's just say the last week or so has been quite a surprise here with the weather, but also how things have gone with the weather, as far as, stuff working, not working, delays, things of that nature. You follow along at Chad Benson Show across all my stuff. Like and subscribe if you could, please. It really helps us out. And check out the podcast if you can. And Monday morning back, 6 a.m. Pacific to 9 to noon on the East Coast.